What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to T Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. We are live again today with a great show. I think you're really gonna love this one. And if you already read the title, you already know, huh? Let's see why he's gonna win the AFC East this year, or why we could win it all. Now, a lot of people will say, "All right, listen, let me go ahead and get it out the way so I can save y'all the time now." People who are already ready to hit the comment section and be like, "Hey, you done lost your mind. You the Dolphins gonna win." All the haters, go ahead and get it out now. All the Dolphin fans, the half Dolphin fans, in my opinion, that have doubt in your team and all of that, go ahead and get it out now and be like, "Pump the brakes. You're going too soon." Watch the video before you make a judgment on that. But TD does really believe we're about to win the AFC East. We're about to win the AFC East this year. No question about it. And we're going to talk about why. We're going to break down a whole bunch of situations and things that are happening. And y'all need to know this stuff. You need to pay attention to this video because I don't want to be repeating myself on common sense things. But let me tell y'all something first and foremost, okay? This is a new era. Do we have the team right now just ready to win the AFC East and win it all? You can question that highly. You can question that highly. But we're not done. I am telling y'all now, Greer and Flores are going to have a few more moves. They might even be small and subtle, but they're going to make a few more moves to get this done. But above all, y'all, there are major reasons that make me believe that we're about to do something special, okay? We're about to do something really, really special. Not a year from now, not 2 years from now. All this rebuild crap, listen, y'all about to be shocked out of your brains. You're going to be shocked out of your brains this year. The Miami Dolphins is about to do something special that we haven't saw in a long time. I told you already, Chris, and welcome to the chat, man. Don't worry about the O-line. They're going to fit out. And I'm not talking about just the personnel we have now. We're early. There's still moves. You don't see all the strong suits and things that we have right now. You're missing it. First and foremost, okay, I want to start this conversation, give you a little perspective so you can start to realize why I feel the way I feel, okay? First and foremost, do you all know that, put it like this, the Super Bowl favorites. Do you know how often a team going into the season that's the Super Bowl favorite actually wins the Super Bowl? Do you know how often it happens? It almost actually never happens. It almost never happens. The team they think is going to win the Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl. It almost never happens. I'll even give you an even better stat. Here's one even better for you, okay? Even if you don't consider all 32 teams, and you say the playoffs start tomorrow, the favorite at the time of the playoffs start tomorrow, in the last 15 years, whoever the favorite was going to the playoffs only won the Super Bowl one time. Only won the Super Bowl one time. The favorite to win it going into the playoffs only won it one time in the last 15 years. And y'all know who that was, and that was the Patriots back in 2016. And these are all odds, okay? All-time odds. Let me go ahead and so y'all can see it. Sports odds history. All right. So y'all can check out that site so you can see that. That's my reference. Okay. And what year was that? That was 2016. 2016. The only team going into the playoffs, favorite to win it all at one, was in 2016. In the last 15 years was the Patriots. So you mean to tell me 14 times who everybody had as the favorite to win it all didn't win it all? These are facts, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to get that out of the way first, because we always get caught up on Dolphins ain't even making the playoffs. Oh, that's a prediction odds. They're always off. They say we were going to win 3 games last year. We won 6 with all those injuries. Oh, my gosh. With all those injuries? Come on, man. All right, so I just wanted to start right there, okay? I wanted to start right there giving y'all that example about the Super Bowl. And I know I say we win in the AFC East and could win it all. I'm talking big picture, baby. I'm talking big picture, okay? In this whole conversation, big picture, this is going to be a great stream because we're about to talk about some things that the Miami Dolphins organization is doing that makes me really feel this way. Let's go ahead and dive right in, okay? First and foremost, Brian Flores is implementing in the organization humility. He's implementing humility. Think what you want, Skaggs. Listen to the conversation, Skaggs. Hopefully I can get you to believe, Skaggs. And if not, hey, you can be one of them Dolphin fans that don't believe. But he's implementing humility. Let me tell you, number one, what has been one of the most successful things for the Patriots going for so many years. It has straight up been selfishness, non-existent, and get out of yourself. Get out of yourself. Flores is putting this mantra in the organization, and I'm going to give y'all proof of how things are changing, and I'm going to give y'all evidential proof to prove what I'm saying here. All right? Flores is telling everyone, and shout out to Omar Kelly. I know a lot of y'all in the chat section say, oh, I don't really listen to Omar Kelly. He be wild and he be saying crazy stuff. And listen, there's things I disagree with Omar Kelly as well, but the way he wrote this article up, I love it. Great work he did with the Sun Sentinel on this one. He did a great job. But I want to read this article because we got direct quotes in it from coaches and players. We got great information here. We're going to go through this article. We're going to dissect it because y'all need to hear this and understand what Flores is bringing to the locker room, what a coach brings to the locker room, not just the schemes, not just the players, Greer and Flores. It's the attitude and demeanor that he is installing as the well, how do I want to say this? As the secret weapon. The attitude and demeanor that he's installing in his players, which is a secret weapon in this NFL, and nobody talks about it, okay? Nobody talks about it. Let's read, okay? Flores is the guy that's saying, check your ego at the door. When stepping foot inside the Miami Dolphins facility, check your ego at the door when stepping foot inside the Miami Dolphins facility. Because humble pie has been a meal on the menu during the 2 weeks of training camp. Humble pie. He making everybody eat their humble pie. Remember the story we had on Minka Fitzpatrick yesterday? Is that not an example of humble pie? Is Kenyon Drake not eating humble pie? Is Rashad Jones and or TJ McDonald not eating humble pie? He's making everybody eat humble pie. Humble yourself. All right? In fact, if you somehow forget that there is no me in team, players can remind themselves by reading the entry wall to the team meeting room, which has the words "get over yourself" written on it. Get over yourself is the theme of this, y'all. Get over yourself. That's what he's installing in these players, man. Get over yourself. See, these are the things coaches bring into the building. TNT, that's Flores. Hey, PR department, make sure this is everywhere. Stuff about TNT, make sure you make it look nice. Make sure every time the players look around and slaps them in the face. All right, make sure they also check your ego at the door. I want that around here. I want get over yourself everywhere. I want get over yourself everywhere. And as soon as you walk into the meeting room, you can't miss the big sign that says, get over yourself. Get over yourself, man. Let's keep going. That's yet another not so subtle reminder from new coach Brian Flores that the Dolphins must adapt to doing things the Patriot way. Now, I want to push back on what Omar Kelly said when he said the Patriot way. And we're going to segment right here because I need my Dolphin fans, all of our Dolphin fans out here in this world, to know, get rid of that notion of the Patriot way. That is the biggest misleading saying that there is. Now, I got to give it up to the Patriots that they made a way, their way. But it is not the Patriot way, and I am so tired of people saying, oh, we're doing it the Patriot way. We're trying to be the Patriots. Let's get something straight. If there's a winning formula, say you, just hypothetically, right? Say you go to the library and check out a book that says the formula to winning football games. And that formula was, that book is 80 years old, all the way dated back to the 40s, 1940s. That book is from the 40s, right? Ain't got nothing to do with Belichick, ain't got nothing to do with no Patriot way. But Belichick reads that book, and Belichick installs the principles of that book, and they do it every year. They do it consistently. Is it the freaking Patriots way? No. Just because a team executes a specific way doesn't make it their way, like they created it. They just know all the things that it takes to win football, and they execute those things. But somehow we want to give them the catalyst as if it's their way. No, it's everybody's way. It ain't their fault that you're neglecting not to follow that. And that's what all these teams are doing. Chasing the mobile quarterbacks, trying to spend big money on free agents, doing all that stuff, going against what they call the Patriot way. It ain't the Patriot way. It's the right way. And the Patriots just so happen to execute the right way. Let's keep that in mind, okay? Because I'm tired of hearing the Patriot way. We're trying to do it the Patriot way. No, Brian Flores has sat in that locker room and learned the right way. And when he brings it to the Dolphins and we do it consistently, it's not going to be the Patriots way. It's going to be the Dolphins way. The Patriots and the Dolphins might be doing it the same way, but now the Patriots are going to have more pressure. You know why? Oh, man, a team has caught on to doing it the right way. Not our way, but the right way, like we've been doing it the right way. Now the real battle is who can do it the right way better and who can do it the right way more consistent. They've never had that competition. They've never had the competition of doing it the right way. They know they're arrogant without having to be arrogant. You see them. They win and they win and they win. They don't throw it in your face, but deep down inside, you can see that they saying, look at all these idiots. Look at all these dumb franchises. Look at all these, another $100 million deal. Thomas, 5-year, $100 million. Belichick, like, yeah, hey, good job locking them down. You know? And he's sitting there deep down inside. Oh, I hope we play them in the playoffs. That's the type of stuff. I already know how that can offset a team, paying a player that kind of money. They do it the right way in every facet of football. Not just they're bringing in the personnel, not just bringing in the personnel, but bringing in the right personnel at the right price. Put it like this. They maximize their roster. They maximize their roster. Other teams, we're going to pay 8 players big money at their position and then have a whole bunch of scrubs. Some teams, we're going to play 5 players big money, have like 4 decent players, and then everybody else get paid little and they're scrubs. The Patriots, we're going to try to balance this out and get people on really good contracts. We got about 20 players on this roster that could be making at least 30% more than we pay them. 20 people on this roster of high quality. Our average player, like if you take every player on the 53-man roster, if you were to rank them on a scale of 1 to 10, our average player is about a 7.8. But you take a loaded team like the Browns, right? And you look at them in a situation where you got 6 players at a 10 out of 10, and everybody else at a 2, and you wonder why their average comes up to, not everybody else, but y'all get my point, and you wonder why their average is about a 7, and they never can get to the 7.8 that New England have, even though they got more weapons. They got more big names, and they got more weapons. People don't get that, man. But back to the subject at hand, there is no such thing as the Patriot way. There's only the right way, and the Patriots do it consistently. And kudos to them. They have gotten people to call it their way. They have gotten people to call the right way the Patriots way. Kudos to them. They have transformed the right way into people saying it's the Patriots way. You got to give them mad props for that. But the truth of the matter is, no, it's not Flores' way. Flores is implementing the right way. But the truth of the matter is, the Patriots just do it the right way. And we are about to do it the right way. So it's no longer, we're no longer going to be at a disadvantage in our division based off of the way people see these teams and rank them and who's going to be favored. We are going to be just as good as the Patriots. Now the real battle ain't, who got the best coaches, who got the best quarterback, who got the best this, who got the best that. That ain't going to be the real battle. The real battle, when you got two teams doing it the right way, the real battle is who does it the right way more consistent and who does it the right way better. Another saying going through the locker room, takes no talent. Name a team in the NFL that embodies that more than the Patriots. In the playoffs, you wonder why they the least penalized team. Do you know that them being the least penalized team is what won them Super Bowls? 3rd and 4, the other team jumps off side. Man, they could have stopped us right there. Hey, first down. Thank you for giving us the chance. That would have been a punt in a Super Bowl. Every punt is huge. It takes no talent to do what the other teams are doing, but they're doing it, making mistakes. People underestimate that huge advantage that the Patriots have too. Imagine the Miami Dolphins of the past reducing our penalties in half. Oh my gosh. 2 or 3 more wins right there. Every season. Truth. It's crazy. A lazy penalty. Thank you. Thank you, Sock oh, let me see. Com Noodles. Thank you. A lazy penalty is why New England beat KC. I'm not going to say because the game wasn't over then, but was that not huge? And Bill Belichick, one of the same people out of his own mouth. I mean, you got to prepare and be ready, but it does take a level of luck too. But if you're embodying the term takes no talent, luck will be on your side more than it's not. Luck will be on your side more than it's not. It's huge. Everybody, Brady and Belichick. No, it's so many factors that give them an advantage. Doing it the right way, not making penalties. Checking their ego at the door. Nobody above the team. Get out of yourself. When the last time you heard a Patriots player having an ego? When is the last time you heard a Patriots player having an ego? But back to the subject at hand. It's not the Patriots way. It's the right way. And we're about to do the right way. Now you have to ask yourself, are we going to do the right way better than the Patriots? Are we going to do it the right way more consistent than the Patriots? Are we going to embody TNT better than the Patriots? There is nothing wrong with doing the same thing. It's just you better do that same thing better. That's all it's about. That's all it's about. And this year, you can listen, truth be told, especially on defense, some could argue we got better talent than the Patriots. You going into a situation with better talent and you executing the right way better? Listen, we're not losing this division this year. We're not losing this division this year. We're going to do the same thing, which is the right way. But it's just every week we go into the game. Are we going to play the right way better than the opposition? Are we going to play the right way better than the opposition? That's the only thing that matters at this point. That's the only thing that matters. Let's keep reading, man. Let's keep reading. And everybody who emailed me about being a mod, I'm going to check them out later today. I got you last night. I got about 8 people that emailed me. I'll check y'all out later and get you taken care of, okay? Here we go. Let's keep going. I need evidence. Oh, of course, we all do. We have to actually go out and prove what I'm saying. This is TD Fans Talk telling y'all we're about to do it. It ain't been done yet. We got to go out there and prove it. But when have we actually had the right way to do it? With the coaching staffs that we had. We've always been doing it the wrong way. When have we had it done the right way from a personnel standpoint with no big contracts? This is the first time. First time, man. No, TD, you ain't read all my comments. Oh, my bad, man. You got to forgive me. More talent than New England. I need evidence. On defense, I said. I said on defense. I said on defense. I said on defense. Collectively, more talent. Let's not sit here and act like the Patriots, first of all, our defensive tackles, and Christian Wilkins is going to prove that they're better. Defensive ends, Patriots ain't never been great at defensive end. They just great at doing it the right way, applying pressure. Do you know that even in the AFC Championship game when Mahomes was getting sacked, that was primarily by the defensive tackles and linebackers coming on different looks? The defensive ends just pressures and hurries. Facts, man. We have the worst pass rush in the league. You got it wrong, Skaggs. Flores will be the first one to tell you. See, y'all look at sacks. When Flores done said to reporters 10 times since he been hired, my most successful season on defense, we had the least amount of sacks. It's not about sacks. People gauge the D-line based off of how many sacks they get. No, it's not about sacks. It's about quarterback pressures, quarterback hurries, making the quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. They don't translate into statistics. They translate into the actions of the quarterback and what they're doing on the field. What they still doing on the field. And y'all gonna tell me right now that the Patriots secondary is better than the Dolphins? Oh, of course. Hightower is amazing. Hightower is amazing. You got a flash here and there, but trust me, it's more about pressures. It's more about pressures. Let me tell you, like some of those guys who really jump off the sheets for the Patriots, they'll be playing a bum team that just ain't used to different pressure looks. And those are the games where Hightower goes off, get 3 sacks in the game. He might have 3 games in the season where he got 2 or more sacks, and that makes the season right there. And the rest of them are just great pressures and everything. And it makes him a great D lineman. It makes him a great D lineman, man. I think our defense is better. And y'all right. You got to see the evidence. You're right. We got to prove it this year. But it's my take. It's my take on it. And I feel like we're about to prove it. You cannot tell me our secondary ain't better. If you disagree, okay. But no, man. No. Shaw Jones, TJ McDonald, Minka Fitzpatrick. He said Bobby Rowe. Oh, you forgot you put X at the end. Okay. No, I just don't think that the Patriots have a better secondary. The Patriots are a disciplined and fundamentally sound team. Is that not what we're installing right now? You see what I'm saying here? That's what we're installing right now. Now, when we do it the right way, now the real battle is who's going to do it the right way more consistently. Who's going to do it the right way the best? So let's keep going, though, y'all. Let's keep going. That's yet another no subtle reminder from new coach Brian Flores that the Dolphins must adapt to doing things the Patriot way. The right way is what I want to say. Put your egos aside for the greater goal, safety TJ McDonald said, who has started all 75 NFL games he played since joining the league in 2013. I didn't even know that. I didn't know TJ McDonald has started every single NFL game he played since he came in the league. I had no idea. These days, McDonald is sharing safety workload with 4 players. Whether or not he's working with the first team depends on what defensive package is on the practice field that day. And he'll likely face the same situation in games that matter. Do y'all see that? TJ McDonald, always been a starter, never been benched. Even with the Dolphins. That's a fact. Right? Now he shared a position with 4 people, and he's a package football player. They only put me on the first team when we're in this package. I'm never on the field. They always put Rashad Jones on the field when they're in that package. You know, that's what this team is now. Every single player is going to be a package player. You know why? In that package, you give us the best option. You give us the best chance to get it done. We're a package team now. This ain't no more your best players just fly all over the field and try to get it done like 90% of the teams in the NFL. This is no longer that. This is now package football. At all times on the field, we're going to have the best people to get it done on the field at that time. Package football, nothing more, nothing less. All right? And that's evidence. Let's keep going. I'd be lying. Watch this. Hold on. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't hard. It's supposed to be hard, just like Minka. Minka want to be on the field. It's not easy. You don't like it. That's why I was saying Minka's not happy about it. TJ McDonald ain't happy about it. Like he said, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't hard. You done started your whole career, now you a package guy? Instead of a full-time starter, of course it's going to be hard. Of course you're going to feel some type of way about it. And he said everybody want to play every snap. He contributed 86 tackles and 3 interceptions last season. The defense calls for what it calls for. These are his words. Collectively, as a whole, if it helps the defense, we'll be successful. See, he done already got TJ McDonald in the right mindset. He done already built it into TJ McDonald. His exact words were, the defense calls for what it calls for. Collectively, as a whole, if it helps the defense and we're successful, that's all that matters. See, when you can buy into that and you can believe that, I know I'm the best guy, but you know what? The way they got it set up now, and I'm only a package guy, if it's working and we're winning, does it matter that I feel like I'm the best guy and I should be playing more snaps and I should be playing over this guy or I should be playing over that guy? It doesn't matter. That's really eating humble pie. That's really eating humble pie. You have to instill these behaviors in players right now and don't play around with it. You can't play around with it. Believers talk in the room, y'all. Shout out to you, bro. That works until the offense doesn't sub any players in. Then they don't have to wait for the D. Hold on. Let me see something. Then they don't have to wait for the D to sub. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, great at getting those 12-man on the field penalties. And I like that Believer said that because I'm going to go ahead and address that too. What we're saying when you talk about mixing these packages and stuff, it's hard for the defense to adjust if you got a quarterback on hurry-up offense. First of all, there's a benefit to that for us. Why do you think Brady does it? Why do you think Brady does it? Because in practice, he has to. He's given the luxury of having to. He's given the luxury of seeing the look of his defense always switching up, trying to put a new package in against him. So he's trying to make it hard. It's making them better. It's making the defense switch packages faster. Soon as the play over, teams on their way switching. You can do it in a hurry-up offense too. You know how Brady always get mad on the field? Y'all tell me if y'all remember this. Brady does it the most out of any quarterback in the NFL. Do you know how Brady gets mad when he's in a hurry-up offense, but the ref stands over the ball? And then Brady's like, come on, man, what's going on? We in a hurry-up. But the ref is still standing there looking at him. As soon as the play is over, if no offensive player is lined up and the defense has already started to sub, the ref goes and holds the ball and say you have to wait on the defense. The problem is they always hurry up. That ball is already set, and now the defense want to start, and Brady's eating them up. But if you're good at it and you're switching fast, the ref is going to sit there and hold the ball because the only time they have to step back is whenever the team is late on making their substitutions. They have to give them an opportunity, especially if the Patriots are subbing too. That's why Brady always, y'all know y'all see Brady always fussing at the refs and he's standing over the ball holding it. And Brady like, what's going on? Come on. Brady don't even know that. Brady act like he don't even know that. And the ref just sit there and look at them and say, calling them in, giving them time. Man, so at the end of the day, what it's also going to do for our offense is make Rosen and Fitzpatrick better at the hurry up. It's going to make them better at the hurry up too. It's a beautiful thing on both sides. So I remember the whole defense like 3 days ago had to run to the TNT wall. What was the reason? Late substitution on defense. I'm not talking about the offense hiked the ball and caught somebody. No, Brian Flores didn't like how slow they were taking, subbing the defense. Everybody hit the wall. The whole defense had to run. He's instilling the right mindset right now. He's instilling it right now. But you're right, believer. Believer talk. You're right. It's hard. But if you train for it and you prepare for it, and trust me, you got to understand, this is a Flores type defense. It's 3rd and 9. I got my it's 2nd and 9. I got my best package group out here. And he already got his 3rd and 9 team sitting on the side. He already got his 3rd and 9 team ready to run in. They're ready at all times. All right, if we stop this 3rd and 9, we going. If we get into a 3rd and 2, y'all going. And you going to be either way. They already know on the sideline. All right, this play is going on. 1st down. Don't worry about it. Let's keep them out there. Oh, we stopped them. Let's go. Let's go. And the defense already knows before the play. Man, let's stop them. Let's not give them nothing. And if we don't give them nothing, I got to haul-tail off this field. That's how sound they're going to be. That's how sound they're going to be. If you practice for it and you're ready for it, you'll be fine. But who practices for it? Who's ready for it? Not many teams at all. That's why they always getting destroyed by the Patriots. But we know that now. Flores knows that. He's installing everything. He knows the winning formula, and that's what we got going, man. That's what we have going right now. Let's keep reading this article, guys. All right. The workload is totally depending on the game plan. How many packages players are a part of, and how they perform on game day. Using players as interchangeable chess pieces, playing them to their strengths and masking their weakness has been part of the Patriots' secret sauce for years. But to make it work, the players must buy in. No lie. Let me tell you another thing, believers talk on what you said. It's hard to do it when you got quarterbacks in a hurry up. Why do you think Flores got almost every player on the roster playing 2 and 3 positions? So if we do get caught, whoever the leader on the defense is going to be like, hey, Minka, I need you to switch to the safety. Bobby, I need you to come down in the nickel. Hey, we got the interchangeable parts on the field anyway in a lot of cases. This is a 3rd and 9. Hey, you know what? We don't need Minka on the crossing route because that's underneath. We need Minka in the safety right now. Hey, Bobby, go underneath. You not see what's happening? Even if we get caught, we got guys who can play 2 and 3 positions. They will make the right personnel out of the group that's out there. They will make the best of the personnel with the group that's out there. It's crazy. It's a beautiful thing. If y'all don't see this, this is what we're about to witness with Dolphin football, man. This is what we're about to witness. In New England, everybody, and that includes Tom Brady, arguably the best quarterback of all time and a future first ballot Hall of Famer, is viewed as little more than a worker bee for the franchise that has dominated the NFL for nearly 2 decades. Everybody, including Tom Brady, is viewed as little more than a worker bee. You can't tell me that in humility. Even Tom Brady is viewed as a B. Now, we know that ain't 100% accurate, but he don't get no special treatment. Brady don't get no special treatment out there. Y'all think he does? There's nothing to suggest it. Nothing to suggest it. You never heard a case, oh, they let Brady do this and not him. And you know why? Brady don't even put the team in that situation. Brady never put the team in a situation where he has to seem like he ain't the humble guy or he's taking advantage or anything. One moment, my wife calling, guys. Y'all give me a second. Hello? Yes, babe. You good? All right, bye-bye. But yes, man, that's what you call humility. But big ups to Brady on that. He don't never put this team in a situation to where they even need to say they show favoritism. Hold on, guys. Y'all give me a second. Hello? No, I'm doing that at 3. All right. T, you're crazy. Let's hear it. Just got here and I'm excited. Hey, man. Hey, listen, I'm giving y'all the evidential facts of what's going on in this league, how we're implementing the right things, and now it's just a race on who does it better, who does it more consistent, who makes the least amount of mistakes, who has a roster that buys in more to team versus self. That's what it's about, man. Let's keep going, guys. It's part of the mindset Coach Bill Belichick has installed in his organization, from coaches and front office executives to players. Nobody is bigger than the team and its goals. Nobody is bigger than the team and its goals. It is the vision, the game plan, the work put in each week, and the execution on game day that matters. So play your role and shut your mouth, because complaints, pouting, campaigning for more playing time, or a bigger role will likely lead to your departure one way or another. Have we not seen that with that organization? And I promise you, you're going to see it here. I promise you, you're going to see it here. Let me read that one more time. So play your role, shut your mouth, because complaints, pouting, complaining for more playing time, or a bigger role will likely lead to your departure one way or another. Every sniff of an ego in the Patriots organization, the very next week you see a trade. Every cough of an ego in that organization, you see a cut. You see a cut. Oh, you want to show yourself before the Super Bowl because you had a great week last week? Sit your behind down. You ain't even playing the Super Bowl. That's why you lost. If you're going to stand for something, make sure you believe in it. We'll take that loss to set an example for the future for the rest of this team. And what did it do? Win them another Super Bowl. So you got to sacrifice sometimes to prove your point. Everybody know when they bench their corner, they shouldn't have benched them. But you got to sacrifice sometimes to keep the principles of what it takes to be successful long term. You have to sacrifice, even if it takes, and they went out to win regardless. Even if, man, come on, y'all. Come on. And they lost. That's my point. You got to sacrifice, even if it means losing, to get success long term. Because let me tell you what's worse. Him, like, say he acted up in practice and showed his behind and showed his ego, and they started him and they won that Super Bowl. That would have put a cancer in the organization. Even if they cut him in the offseason, it would have put a cancer in the organization that may bleed into other people. People can criticize Belichick all they want for that, but sometimes you got, man, come on, y'all. You have to make a sacrifice like that to keep what you got going. Not kill the integrity of what you got built for long term. You think that one Super Bowl bothers them? Of course they'd love to have it, but they came right back and won another one. You think that one might matter to them? Deep down, Bill Belichick said, one of the main reasons we won the one last year is because of that type of stuff that I did, bench them to make a point. That point being made was bigger than winning that Super Bowl. If y'all don't see that, then you don't understand the mentality of what I'm talking about that we're about to have on this team. You don't see it. You do not see it. And if you wouldn't be willing to support our franchise in making a decision like that, then you're not really supporting long-term success with what you know now. With what you know now, if you wouldn't support, if we got to the Super Bowl and Xavier Howard was showing his behind after the AFC Championship game and Flores said bench his behind, don't play him, y'all wouldn't even be behind Flores, especially if we lost. You would be giving Flores the business for making that decision and not even realizing what got us there in the first place. And Flores would be literally protecting our future by doing that. But all our fans want to do is live in the moment. All we want to do is live in the moment. We want to live in, no, man, we were that close. No, you don't know if you'll get back to opportunities like this. When you have that mentality, we already lost. You think the Patriots got a mentality? You never know when you're going to get back here. For them, they probably like, well, you do never know when you're going to get back here, but we expect to. Especially looking at the rest of the league, they keep ignoring the right way. Who's trying to model the Patriot way? Look at that. Dominated the last 20 years, and what team is trying to model their way? Y'all tell me, what team in the NFL is like, well, we try to do it how the Patriots do it? None of them. Ain't that baffling? When I started YouTube, if I saw, because I didn't know who did that, I just started YouTube. I didn't know, oh, look at this guy doing YouTube for the Dolphins. I'm going to go do it. I didn't even know people were doing it. I just started YouTube. Then I started meeting people. And I didn't even use YouTube. But if I literally was sitting there watching YouTube and I'm like, look at this Dolphin commentator. He's doing a great job. He got 100,000 views. 100,000 subscribers. And look at all these other ones with 20 subscribers. Why wouldn't I look at the 100,000 subscriber guy and say, what is he doing to build an audience and speak his mind and get them to hear the things he got to say because he feels like he has a compelling argument and analysis about this game? Why wouldn't I look at him and steal shamelessly? That's why I always tell people, if you like what I do, steal shamelessly. If I do a specific thing on this channel that you like and you do it and you have a channel too, steal shamelessly. Why wouldn't you? I've had people come in my comment section. Man, this person trying to be just like you. They stealing every idea that you start. And my reply, oh, let me know who that is so I can collab with them. Steal shamelessly. That's ridiculous. But look at the rest of the NFL. None of them want to look at the Patriot way and say, this is what they're doing. These are their principles. Let's execute that. We got proof over the last 20 years that it works. This is the direction we need to be headed. But no, you want to know what they do? They want to go to the first team to defeat the Patriots, which was the Seattle Seahawks in this era, and say that's the model. And everybody fell for it. Oh, we got to go get the mobile quarterback. Oh, and we got to get the defense. That's all we need to get. Everybody been chasing those same two things. The new mobile quarterback. Half of the league is a mobile quarterback. Half the league mobile quarterback. Before Russell Wilson and Cam and all them came in the league, you had 5 quarterbacks in this league that was mobile. And they weren't even speed guys. That was your Ben Roethlisberger who can get out. Your Aaron Rodgers, they can get out. You ain't have all these mobile quarterbacks. And Russell Wilson beats the Patriots, and all of a sudden, that's the game plan. Where did that come from? Where did it come from? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And everybody's chasing and let me tell you the factor that nobody considered. All these GMs, all right, we got to model that Seattle way. That's what it is. They beat the Patriots instead of looking at the Patriots who just been doing it every year. That's the way we got to do it. And the one thing that screwed all them GMs up, they didn't take into consideration the rookie contract factor. Russell Wilson did it on his rookie contract where they could afford everything. So everybody that went in that direction and got the young running quarterback that's running the ball and all this and that, all of them sitting there now trying to figure out, and they all got better, but they all trying to figure out, oh, my quarterback's coming up to a new deal. How do I afford to keep this together? And they come to the grim reality, you can't. So who do we let go? But I can't let them go. We're going to decline. Oh, what about those two? But now we don't have any depth at all. What about the O-line? Oh, now I ain't got protection for the guy. We got to figure this out. We got to figure this out. That's what they all dealing with right now. That's what they all dealing with. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving, man. All right. It is the vision, the game plan, the work put in each week. I already read all that. Anyway, let's keep going. Put the team first, says second-year linebacker Jerome Baker, who has been coming on in the nickel package. They're raving about Jerome Baker. I'm actually shocked. I was real critical of Jerome Baker a few months ago. I'm one of the main ones. Baker, man, we just need better play. We got to get better play from Baker. We got to get better play from Baker. And you know why Baker playing better? Because he's only on the field in what he does well. Now I'm appreciating what we got from Baker because he's only on the field in what he does well. And now you hear his name on a consistent clip when he's on the field. Okay, put the team first, says second-year linebacker Jerome Baker, who so far is being exclusively used in Miami's nickel package. When you do that, no accolades, selfishness comes to your mind. It's all about the team. And that's so true. When you play this style of football, there aren't going to be any accolades, guys. There aren't going to be any accolades. There really aren't going to be any accolades when you have a team like this. Because you're a package football player now. You ain't on the field enough to get accolades. But when you're on the field, you're showing that you're a great player and you're making yourself a good career guy in this league. See, this is the model. Let me tell you why players also buy into this model. Eventually, if they can get over themselves, and why you can keep a dynasty together. This is why Patriots are successful every year too, how they can keep things together. Because all of those 7.5 rated players they have on the roster don't demand big money. Not only that, you have job security. You have job security. I'm really good, and if I go to a really bad situation, it's going to decline for me. Clay was a good guy on our roster, and Buffalo started to decline. Matt Castle was everything in the Patriot system. He went to a new team. I'm happy he got paid, but didn't even last in the league. Why wouldn't you want to stay in a good situation, be a career guy? I got 14 years in this league. Do you know some great talents only get 6 or 7 years just because of the situations they were in? But then you got players that put 14 years in and retire, put their hand up, thank you, everyone, and you appreciate them more. Do you know that if Jerome Baker does 14 years with the Dolphins, no, he's not Minka. No, he's not Xavier Howard. But if he does 14 years with the Dolphins, when he retires, we're going to say, man, Jerome Baker retiring, y'all. I'm going to miss Jerome Baker. You're going to be bound to him. You're going to love his play, and you're going to be happy. The guys that you don't see as being Pro Bowlers and the big name guy. But you look up and their career speaks for itself. They had a really successful, productive career. Matter of fact, they start winning Super Bowls, even though their numbers don't jump out the gym. Some argue when they retire, is he a Hall of Famer? And we like, oh no. Just because he been 14 years and done won 5 Super Bowls and he played his role doing it. Players rather that than doing good for one team and next thing you know, falling off because it's a bad situation. Now they bouncing around getting 1-year and 2-year deals. Come on, man. This is what bonds them to the team. This is why the Patriots can keep it together. And anybody whose value gets above that, anybody's value who gets above it and they want their money and stuff, that's why they're so easy to say, go get your cash. In the back of Belichick's head, every time, hey, I'm with you. You got to go get your money. But in the back of his head, you're not trying to be a guy who had a long, great NFL career. You still can, but it's going to be harder out there. You're not a guy that's realizing the bigger picture. You can actually lead the Patriots having 5 rings on your finger instead of the 3 that you're about to leave here with. You can have 5, 6, 7, or 8 maybe, because nobody has still yet to show us that they're trying to do it the right way. Nobody. They feel good in the Patriot organization. Now, I promise you, Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick is like, we're going to have to watch out for the Dolphins. Flores and them went in there, and and Belichick speaks highly of Greer. I don't know if y'all know that. Belichick actually on an interview one time spoke so highly of Greer, said something about Greer is one of the best scouters he knows. Because Greer's been in this league for a long time. Belichick said that. And I know that Kraft and Belichick are like, we're going to have to actually compete in our division now. Because it ain't a situation where you got the rest of Belichick's tree. What's the other guy from Belichick's tree that went to the Lions or something? What's his name? See, it's one thing. See, Belichick don't worry about, hey, you're going to be a successful coach. Go off and run your own team. Because they're like, the GM still going to be bringing in big contracts. Yeah, Matt Patricia. Matt Patricia went in there probably trying to implement it, but you got big contracts. You got this and that. You're in a tough situation. Flores is going to run a team. He's the first person from Belichick's tree that literally is coming to a team that has a fresh, full, new slate. They got rid of everybody, all new contracts. I mean, all the big contracts gone. He's coming in like, oh my gosh, we don't have to sit around for 4 years and deal with this new deal that y'all made last year that I'm going to be stuck with. Oh, yes. Oh, I don't have that quarterback that I got to live with for the next 3 years on this massive deal and be stuck with. He's the only one coming into a situation. Where the reset button was actually hit. The rest of Belichick's tree actually went into teams that put the personnel together and said, we need you to get this to the Super Bowl. We need you to get this to the Super Bowl. And now Flores gets to come into a situation like, all right, let's sit down, Greer. Tell me your thoughts on what it takes to get to a Super Bowl. I'm going to tell you mine. Let's make it mesh. Let's debate about it. Let's talk through it. Let's figure this out. Let's do it respectfully and healthy the whole time, and let's go win. Let's let this be the Greer Flores connection. Let's let them know who we are in this league. Let's do it. And they sat down first thing first. And I mean, y'all can criticize me for it, but this is what I think happened. Listen, at the end of the day, we love to have Cam Wake here. But the salary is not that serious. And I'm one that believes that they probably said, Cam, we want you to retire here. I can't do that to this guy. But can you go ahead and take a much less deal? And Cam, I've told y'all this since last year I was telling y'all this. The one thing that I don't like about Cam Wake, everything on the field I love. But the one thing that always had me feel like Cam Wake is a Dolphin, but he don't strike me as that. He's not that Jason Taylor or Zach Thomas connection for me, because every time he signed his new deal, every time he sat there and signed his new deal, y'all go look at the press conferences for the last 2 or 3 times he signed a deal with the Dolphins. The last 2 times. He said there was one saying that came out of his mouth every time. I guess I got a few more years over here, and he signed on camera. And y'all know I'm a literal person and I read into words. I tell y'all that all the time. If you're a franchise guy and you're a homer and this is your franchise, you embody it, want to retire here, you don't say things like, they offered me a good deal. I guess I got another year over here. I guess I got another year over here. Versus, I'm so happy to be back here with it. You know what I mean? I guess I got another year because and I don't blame him because he comes from nothing. And when I say nothing, he's coming from the CFL. He was always underrated. He had to earn everything. So for a person that had to earn everything, he's going to take everything. And nothing's wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with that. Wanting to take everything. If you earned everything and you came from the CFL, you worked harder than some of the players that are making 10 times more than you, Nothing's wrong with that from Cam Wake. I don't knock him for it, but it never connected me deeply with him. Every time I saw that contract signed, I guess I got another year over here. So he was going to go get his money. And I knew that he was gone. And I already know he told them, hey, I'm not taking the cut. I want money. Y'all going to have to pay me. I'm going to go out there and get the best deal possible. Flores said, we can't do that, Greer. And you got to look at Greer and his mindset. He probably knew we couldn't do that, but this is Cam Wake, a guy that we got from the CFL, a beloved player in this organization. We want him to retire here. I mean, should we just bite the bullet and give him another 2-3 year deal and then he retires and pay him, 3 year, $20 million or something like that, or 3 year, $15 million? I don't know. But at the end of the day, Greer did the right thing. No, we can't do that. And Flores sat down and said, same with Robert Quinn. Tannehill, listen, based off of the dynamic of the team, we don't want to eat that salary for the next 10 years. You see what now, the one thing that I did come into this situation that I don't like is we're the number one team this year in dead cap space. Players that's not even on this roster, but we're paying them. How the hell y'all got us paying Ndamukong Suh and he been gone for 2 years? How is that possible? And Greer's like, I'm sorry, man, but this is our situation. Well, we can't go in on Tannehill, especially with that situation. And I don't want to pay Tannehill that kind of money anyway because, no, I just don't. This is a whole new era. We're going to bring in all new. And that's what they were doing. He's the only one out of the Belichick tree that has a clean slate, y'all. Clean slate that he's riding with, man. And that's why it's going to be quicker for him to install what he wants to install. See, the problem with coaches like Matt Patricia, they came into an inherited situation that they were under contract for the next 3-4 years. So he stuck with that. And then you're going to have a GM that's always constantly, all right, what if we just add this? What if we just add that? And Patricia, in the back of his mind, he know the right way to do it. He probably thinking, why don't we just cut all these guys and start fresh and build what we want to build? But you can't say that. That might lose you your job. Because they already look at you as somebody of you couldn't take all this talent we gave you. They already look at him as, oh, he's not a successful one from Belichick's tree. That's so unfair to him. That's so unfair. And that's how these people that don't know football, that's how they talk. Oh, Belichick ain't never had no success that came out of his tree. Have you ever talked about the situations that everybody from his tree went to? They went to a GM that has no idea how to do it the right way. They just think, I got you this talent. I got you that talent. Man, I got your weapons. Make it work. Make it work. And they're like, this is my first shot at being a head coach, and this is what I got to deal with. And I can't really say nothing. Who am I to come in here and tell him he's all the way wrong in all of this? We need to scrap it all. He's going to be my worst enemy. I mean, he's going to be leaking stuff to the media when the season starts. We start out 4-6. And next thing you know, the words coming out of the organization is maybe Patricia ain't the right guy. So they just have to fall in line and try to coach what they got. That's the situations they get thrown in. Flores, I thank God he ain't in that situation. And he gets to do it the right way. And every sign leads to we're doing it the right way, y'all. We're doing it the right way. Let's keep going, all right? Each player must minimize their ego for the good of the team. At least that's the threat. We mean approach. Flores is selling to the players for the rebuilding Dolphins with the goal of eventually replicating the success of the dynasty the former Patriots defensive play caller is coming from. That explains why established starters like Kiko Alonso and Kenyon Drake became Kemp as backups. Have I not been saying that, y'all? Let me read that again for all these people who telling me that I'm wrong. At least Flores is selling to the players for the rebuilding Dolphins with the goal of eventually replicating the success of a dynasty the former Patriots defensive play caller is coming from. That explains. And this is the only logical reason, and it's so right. All the evidence leads to it. All the evidence leads to it. Shout out to you, Victor. Y'all hit that like button for me. But all the evidence is leading to this. That explains why established starters like Kiko Alonso and Kenyon Drake began camp as backups, and how talents like Raekwon McMillan and Mike Gesicki are sparingly getting snaps with the first team defense and offense. That explains it. That explains it to y'all. This is proof of what I've been telling y'all of why these guys have been on the second unit and barely getting snaps. Barely getting snaps, man. Flores and his staff have carved out specific roles for each player to fill based on their strengths and weaknesses. If they excel in those roles, say Drake thrives as a third down back. The role carved out for him so far. More will be put on his plate. They have made Drake a third down back. And what they're saying is, if he thrives as a third down back, then they'll put more on his plate. But he got to keep thriving as a third round back first. And truth is, they're getting inconsistency at that. What is your strength? That's what you play right now. You need to thrive doing that, and then we'll give you more. What is Drake's strength? A third down back. Gore, Drake. Gore, Drake. Ajayi, Drake. Williams, Drake, or whatever. And he's a third down back because he's a passing threat too. Now play that role because that's your role, Drake. Do well, and then we'll give you more carries. It's early on. We expect you to do well. We expect you to get more carries. But don't slip being a third down back, because you're going to either stay a third down back or even regress even more. That's what's happening. Y'all can't sit here and tell me that ain't what's happening. Everybody sees it except the people who just want to see Drake start and do it all. Everybody on this team has a role. We talked about Minkah Fitzpatrick yesterday. You're a nickel. You're the best nickel in the league. Do great. It's still early. You do great at that, we'll give you more. But do great at that first. And as you do great at that, we're going to give you more. But don't mess up and not do great at that, because you're going to stay just at that, or you're going to even lose some of that. Wetson said that makes players work harder. You're spot on. I'm happy I'm reading this article because I think this article explains what I've been trying to tell y'all all this time a little better. And maybe that's the problem. I need to work on how I explain what I've been trying to say this whole time. I need to work on how I explain it. Because this tells me exactly why Drake has been minimized to a third down back. Yeah, he's playing more reps now, only because of an injury. Only because Balaj is sitting a little bit. Oh, TD is early, man. You'll see he starts. Flores done outlaid the game plan. Everybody's got a specific role. Do your job. Shut up. Stop crying. Stop pouting about one more. Do your job. Do that well, then we'll add more on your plate. Then we will add more on your plate. But y'all want to come attack me and talk about I don't know what I'm talking about. Have I not been basically telling y'all these things the entire time? Proof, man. Know the ins and outs of our team and why we do what we do and how we do what we do. You'll start to see the bigger picture. And you know how the players got to get out of themselves? Take your ego away. Get out of yourself. We as fans got to get out of ourselves, and we also got to get out of our players. Start getting into the team. Oh, I want Drake to start. Drake needs to be the guy. Get out of Drake. Get into the team. Oh, Minkah should be on the field at all times. They tripping. Get out of Minkah. Get into the team. Come on. Y'all, I hope y'all see that. Let's keep going because this is where it gets juicy. But that means well-established veteran starters like Rashard Jones. Interesting. A two-time Pro Bowler and McDonald must get comfortable with being role players until they prove they can be game changers. And some of y'all be like, what do you mean prove they can be game changers? They are game changers. Hold up. You're not getting it. What you did for me yesterday, I can care less about. It's always with Flores what you do for me now and what you're going to do in the future. Everybody came in with a fresh slate. You think that Flores is like Rashard Jones is a two-time Pro Bowler or this and that. He can care less. What does Rashard do well? All right, put him there. What does TJ do well? All right, put him there. Oh, that's a gridlock. They both do that well, and we got them in the same place. Well, 50-50 it. 50-50 it. Now, whoever stands out, we'll put more on their plate. It's that simple. Oh, but Rashard is the two-time Pro Bowler. Why wouldn't you just keep him there all times? Oh, this is a fresh slate for everybody. Why am I going to be disrespectful, biased, and unfair to TJ McDonald? What if we get out there on the field and TJ McDonald playing better than Rashard? Even if that ain't likely, you got to give him the shot. We just said they both do that well. Then run them both at it, 50-50. If Rashard is better anyway, it's going to work itself out. It's going to work itself out. Best man plays. The best man right now, not the best man of the past. Not just because you had an amazing Pro Bowl career. That was the past. You were a great player. That's added to your legacy. Happy for you. We're trying to win a Super Bowl this year. We're trying to do something big this year. Who's the best guy to put there right now? And don't talk about what's been happening in the past. Tell me what happened on the field today. Oh, McDonald made more plays than Rashard? Hey, keep splitting the snaps. If that keeps happening, give McDonald more reps. Or Rashard made more? All right, bring it back to even. See if Rashard can build on that and just well outplay McDonald, and we'll keep it moving. But when you're so involved in the player, he's a Pro Bowler. What are we doing? You get caught up on pouting for the players, crying for the players. And like Flores said, shut up, stop pouting, stop crying. Everybody has a specific role. Do your role. You do well at that, we'll put more on your plate. That's the guidelines. Put that on the wall too, PR people. Put that on the wall too. We got rules. We got an outline here. So if y'all come to me complaining, man, I'm missing that. Why am I not? Hey, did you read the outline? You have a role. Get out my face, shut up, and go do that role. Are you doing it well? Then it'll all work itself out. Why you bothering me? Well, when is it? Be patient, kid. Be patient, man. We've got a talented group of young players that crucially need the time to mature. Patience is key. If we can give them the time they need, then we'll be a step closer to building something special. I agree with that. But what people have to understand is that time to build is happening in practice. They think that you automatically have to give all the young players all the reps so that they can get developed. No, they're getting developed anyway. I don't care if they're over there with the second unit. It's still getting reps. It's still making you better. And you want to win. And the biggest mistake teams make that try to do it the right way, they'll give the young player reps instead of doing the best thing for their team. And then 7 years later, they realize, he just was never the guy. Oh, but you just dedicated to him, so you took that L? You dedicated to him because he was the young player that you invested a first round, second round, third round pick on, so automatically you felt he should be given the shot, and now you done wasted 4 years of your time, and he end up not being the guy? Some say us with Tannehill. I don't believe it, but hey, if you want to use that as the appropriate measure, that's my point. That's my point. If you want to say him, okay, it fits. The shoe fits. I have a slightly different theory, but for you, the shoe fits. It makes sense. Shout out to Vicky, man. Keep bringing the fire vids, TD. I'm trying. I read, man. And here, let me tell you something about that. That's what I'm here for. I ain't saying just because I read that make y'all less educated or anything like that. Because the reality is when people busting they behind to make a living in this world and they working, truth is, many people would read to get all this information, but who got time reading? Some of y'all are riding in your car right now listening. You can't be having an article open on your phone driving trying to read, but that's what I'm for. To take these articles, read them, and give y'all the breakdown on what's happening with our team. And put it all together to paint the bigger picture for our organization. That's why I tell everybody that do YouTube, all y'all that do YouTube, that be on my channel watching this stuff, when you get the chance, read and start to put two and two together. What connects? What makes sense? What paints a bigger picture that nobody's talking about in the Dolphin world? I follow people on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Nobody's talking about what I just read. That's your video right there. That's your video. Now all you need is about 3 or 4 people to watch that video for y'all who got 20 subscribers that keep telling me, but people aren't coming to my channel. All it takes are 4 or 5 people to hear you talk about something nobody else talks about, and it makes sense to you and you're passionate about it, and you see the bigger picture, and you can articulate that bigger picture to where people like, man, that makes sense, and I ain't never thought about it that way. You got 4 new subscribers. And now those 4 new subscribers are in my comment section. Oh, this person said this. That's advertisement. That's advertisement. Now people are like, oh, let me go check out what he said. Y'all remember 2 weeks ago or a week ago that K-Flexer came to my comment section? He was mad. I'm tired of your rhetoric or whatever he said. That's only because people are on his channel advertising TD Fins Talk. Well, TD said this. Read the articles, look at the whole organization holistically, and try to talk about something nobody else talking about. People gonna read this title. Oh, there go TD with the craziness again. Talk about we gonna win the AFC East, so we got a chance to win it all. And then they click on the video. They had no idea I was going this route to talk about the bigger picture of things. They had no idea. They had no idea whatsoever. So do your thing. Keep on making videos. Keep grinding. Keep on talking what you believe. And never be afraid to change what you believe when you get new evidence to tell you you're wrong. Humble yourself. Put your ego at the door like Flores is teaching our organization. Period, man. You know what kills me is people think I have favorites and people I don't like. I'm just talking about what I see. And it keeps getting proven as time goes on and on and on. People were murdering me about the Drake thing 5 weeks ago. People still disagree, but more people see it, starting to see it. 5 weeks ago, you were ridiculous. Drake gonna get all the carries in camp. Drake Balaj just gonna get a few carries here and there. And now people around here scratching their head. What's going on with this situation? And now the only thing they got to hold on to is, oh, it's early, man. You'll see a change when the season starts. You'll see a change when the season starts, man. That's all they got to hold on to now. They went in all these soliloquies about how I'm wrong. Now they've been proven every way, left and right, by any means necessary. Now all they can hold on to is, you'll see as the time goes on, he'll start, and he might start. TD keep telling them that too. He might start. But Flores already outlined in order for him to do that, he needs to be a great third down back so we can put more on his plate. But he comes out there in the third down and he fumbled in training camp. That's the type of stuff that hurts him. So I never said he wasn't going to, ain't not once I ever said he wasn't going to start. I just said I believe that Balaj will, based off of what we have now. But they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear the facts. They just want me to wholeheartedly believe that Drake is the guy. He's the number one. Don't even bring the competition. Just let him be the every down back. Almost like they're relying on him to be their fantasy guy or something. It's almost like they're paying fantasy. This ain't fantasy football. This is real. Because we trying to do something real. We try to do something real, man. You can't tell me I've been. I digress, man. Everyone's sleeping and unnecessarily trying to hate when the reality is he is a generational talent and gunslinger. Oh boy, you sound like them Lonzo Ball lovers. You sound just like the people that love Lonzo Ball. Transcendent, shooting 40% from the free throw line, and he transcended. Generational talent. What in the hell evidence do we have to suggest that he's a generational talent? When you say things like Drake is a generational talent, you're basically saying he has the potential to be as great as Marshall Faulk. He got the potential to be as great as Emmitt Smith. I ain't saying he don't, but what evidence would suggest that he does at this point? The Miami Miracle? And that he had 2 games over 100 yards? Is that what it is? I got to go look at it again. I think this man, out of every game he done played in 3 seasons, only has 2 100-yard games. And we say generational. You see the stuff I got to compete with? You see the stuff that I got to deal with? Comments like that. Saquon Barkley is a generational talent. See, I see your logic in Saquon, right? But I'm so critical of certain things that I don't even have generational conversations unless you done got off your rookie contract. I would love to say Minkah Fitzpatrick is a generational talent, but I need to see this year and next year on how well he's doing. Then I'll start talking about what. Now I always say he has the potential to end up, but I use words like potential. But y'all just give definitives. He's a generational talent. Like he already did it in his generation. For the life of me. I'm so sorry that I'm so literal with words, y'all. Because I take what you say to face value. Well, I ain't mean it like that. Well, I'm sorry. That's what you said. And I can't read your mind. You want me to read your mind? Use correct spelling up here. I'm just saying, man. Cash out, fool. What's that about? Drake, most overrated player on our team. Miami Miracle made him a fan base superstar. I'm not saying Drake is overrated at all on our team because I'm rating him of what he is. But I know what you mean with the rest of the fan base. I don't think he's overrated because I've already given him his rating. And I think I'm about right as can be. Flores thinks the same. You're a third down back. That's what you do well. Now you excel in that, then I'll give you more. Is that not what's happening right now? All y'all Drake lovers, is that not what's happening? Have I not been telling y'all that this whole time? He is a third down back, and Flores has basically said it through his actions by saying everybody has a specific thing of what they do well, and that's the position they're in right now. If you do well at that position, then we'll put more on your plate. Everybody got their plate. Flores gave me this plate. Oh, he gave me this plate. I want some of that plate. Hey, stay on your plate. Handle that plate right there. You can come over here, and I ain't trying to let you get on my plate. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. That's exactly what's happening. And I'm surprised I ain't got the Drake lovers trying to attack me right now because I think that this article is all the proof you need to prove what I've been saying. This coaching staff feels like he's a third down back. Put more, do well at that. Now he may do well with it all week this week, and now all of a sudden they start giving him a few first team carries. And then all y'all ridiculous people gonna come to me. I told you, TD. It's still proving my point. He did well at what he did, third down back, and they put a little more on his plate to reward him. Trust me, if Drake excels and is amazing third down back in camp, and they put more on his plate, they are literally going to try to come back to this channel and attack me and say, I told you so, when once again, they can't comprehend. They cannot comprehend. They cannot comprehend what I'm trying to tell them at all. If that's what he is, that's what he is. No shame in that at all. Exactly. The shame is the people who are trying to make him more than what he is right now. And I'm not saying he can't be more. I believe he actually can. I think he can actually get a bigger workload in the right situation because he's finally going to have the right situation. If he gets a bigger workload, I think he'll still be successful. But Brian Flores is taking the right approach with everybody on this roster. This is what you do well. Do it well. And as you do it well and I start to feel like you mastered it, I'll give you a little more. That way I can determine what is your peak. Because if I give you a little more and you're not doing well at that, oh, well, no, you have reached your peak. Let's keep you here at third downs. But if I give you a little more and you're doing good in that too and you master that, oh, let's give him even more. That's what Flores is. He's gonna always elevate you until he reaches your peak to where you start slipping. Okay, let's back up a little. That's what he is. That's what he is, man. That's what he is. He does have the talent to be special, but he has to prove he can do it on a consistently basis. And let me tell you something. When we had that argument yesterday and I proved to people that Drake started the season trash and then they traded Ajayi and then he leaped out of there and then as the starter and he did well. And then the next season he came in and he did well. Starting out, and then he digressed. Oh, Pete called me yesterday, y'all. Y'all know Pete Martinez in the chat section, one of the mods, one of the day one guys on this channel. He called me yesterday, and he helped me see a point too. I mean, it reaffirmed my point, but he helped me see something even further. He said, TD, I've been trying to tell people about this for the longest. Kenyon Drake, when he did what he did at the end of the season, whenever they let go of Ajayi and they let Kenyon Drake take the reins, bro, he did what he did because he was the freshest running back in the league. And I said, well, let me go back and look at his carries early in that season. He wasn't doing well. He was the backup. Some games he didn't even get any carries. He was fresh. This man took over in the last 5-6 games of the season when all the defenses are beat up. Everybody on the field is beat up. He was one of the freshest guys. I said, I'm not going to use that excuse, but I'm not going to ignore it either, Pete. I said, I'm not going to be that harsh on Drake because at the end of the day, he still performed. He still did what he had to do, whether other people were fresh or not, but I'm also not going to ignore that point. He broke out when the part of the season that even every NFL player will tell you everybody's beat up. As soon as you get to about week 10, everybody's in pain one way or another. Everybody is fighting through some type of pain, grinding it out. Grinding it out. TD Balaj came in late in the season and did good. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. All I said about Balaj is he deserves more carries to see how much of a load he can carry. But you also got to understand when Balaj came in, his running style says he's a first and second down back. Balaj ain't no third down back. His running style, getting that extra 1 or 2 yards, not from contact, but always running uphill, not bouncing it out, taking chances. They look at Balaj, you're a first down back. You're a first and second down at times back. That's what you are. And people underestimate that Balaj actually can catch the ball out the backfield too. Very well. It's just you ain't seen enough reps for him to prove it. Y'all didn't know that about Drake until last year where he really, really proved it. They both are fresh. They ain't taking nothing from none of them. That's why I told Pete I don't want to use that. They still put the work in, but I'm also going to bank it in the side of my head. That's a good logic to it. And then I started to say, well, you know what? Maybe he's right because what happened to Drake when he came in starting over Gore? Everybody want to ignore that. He started over Gore for 5 games, the first 5 games of the season. First game, like 23 yards. Second game, like 32 yards. Averaging 2 point something per carry, 3.3. Oh, you going up against fresh defenses and you look like boo-boo. Then they started Gore, and he doing his thing. And once again, Drake looked better at the end of the season. Frank Gore got hurt. Drake started. He looked a little better again. And once again, I said, I'm not going to use that. I'm not going to use that. But at the end of the day, we're starting a trend here. Same thing happened last year. Late in the season, he picked it up. And he was trash before. Same thing in 2018. Didn't look good early on. Next thing you know, he ended up becoming a bench player and splitting carries. And next thing you know, the end of the season came. He looking a little better again. Can't ignore that. And he's fresher than everybody. 2 seasons in a row, he was at the end of the season fresh. It is what it is, man. Let me finish this article so I can finish this stream. Somebody calling in right now. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and take a call. No, it just hung up. Let me finish this, man. So they go on to say this. Some games you might start. Hello? Yeah, for about 10 more. What's up? You sure? All right. All right. They go on to say some games you might start and play a lot. And some games you might not even play. That's what TJ McDonald said. Every day is an interview. Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that. Some games you might start. That's the beautiful part up here. And some games you won't even play. I told y'all that, didn't I? Didn't I tell y'all that? I kept on giving y'all the example of the Patriots. You got in the AFC Championship game, the running back runs for 150 freaking yards. Oh my gosh. The next game, he don't even play a snap. Everybody scratching their head like, what the hell? All the analysts after the week before the Super Bowl, the Patriots in the AFC Championship game, they rushed for 100. This guy had 150 yards. Expect for them to keep on grounding and pounding and this and that. I think that was the Eagles Super Bowl or something. The AFC Championship game, the running back had 150 yards or something like that. And then the Super Bowl versus the Eagles, he never even got a carry. I don't know if it was that year. I think it was, or the year after. One of them never even got a carry. And that's going to mess up the other team you play. They game planning against what they saw the week before that was working. Man, and for TJ McDonald to say that and understand it, this is the era we're in, y'all. Hell, and that can go to this. Game 1, Balaj might start and get 15 carries for 100 yards. Game 2, Balaj don't even get a snap. It's all Drake because the team they playing against can't guard the flat. Or who knows? What's up, y'all? Hit that like button, man. We got 80-something people in the room and half the likes. If you seeing everything what I'm saying, hit that like button, guys. Here we go. And everyday Dolphins players are required to check themselves before they wreck themselves. And Miami season. Every day they walk in the door and they got to check themselves before they wreck themselves. That's what Flores tell them. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Y'all know that song. But anyway, I know you just called me, Anthony. Give me a second. I'll have you call in a second. It's all about discipline, said pass rusher Charles Harris, another young talent who is laboring to carve out a niche for himself. Coaches are going to put you in the best position to make plays. It's not about play count. When the game ends and you win, it's all about that. It is all that really matters. That's the end of that article, y'all. But spot on, man. Spot on. The Dolphins have the winning formula now that all these teams ain't doing. What makes our roster better than teams that have quote unquote better talent is that we're always going to have the best person in the best spot. Let me give y'all an example. Say that the Browns, right? They got Odell Beckham. We're going to have Xavier Howard guarding him, right? They got Jarvis Landry. We're going to have, who knows who's going to guard him. But we're always going to put the best person in the best spot. See, they might go into that game saying, Jarvis Landry might be like, "Oh, I'm straight, man. They gonna have Eric Rowe guarding me," when it might be Minka. Oh well, it ain't gonna be as easy as I thought. You see what I mean? It just depends on the game. And we're always going to be able to match up with teams, regardless of their personnel. We're good at the run game. Well, we got packages to handle that versus just the base that we always do, and we struggle over there, and we just got to get better. Aren't y'all? Isn't that what we're used to? We're not good at here. We just got to get better. This coaching staff is like, we're good everywhere because we're going to put the best package on the field at that time to make us good and everything. Not just say these are our 11 best players. They play at all times. That notion of put the 11 best players on the field is misleading. Put the 11 best players for that situation on the team. See, some people live life in a spectrum of name the 11 best defensive players you got on your roster. Here's the list of 11. They need to be on the field at all times. The Patriots are like, what you running? Oh, a three tight end set. Who's the best 11 that we have to handle the run and tight ends coming out of the backfield? Give me those guys. It may not be the best 11 players you got on defense from a ranking standpoint, but in this formation or this personnel that they're using, these 11 guys are better than the 11 best players on defense. Y'all got to get that, man. This TD Fans Talk, man. Hey, everybody that's been trying to call in, I don't want to be too long on this stream. I'm going to take one call. Hopefully it's you, Anthony. We're going to take one call because I want to get off this one. Go out there and hang with all my babies and the big boys and get their lunch together and stuff. And then I'm going to go ahead and start the new stream after I put my babies down for a nap. And the big boys hook them up on their Xbox, give them about a few hours on that, give them time. They're going to have to cut all that out soon because the summer about to end and we're about to get back into schoolwork. They got to get back to reading 2 or 3 chapters of different books a day and working on their vocabulary and grammar. That's about to come on Monday. So I got to get them back into the swing of things. I've been letting them stay up all night, do this, do that, but it's time to get back to structure, baby. But I'm sorry, who do we got on the line?
Hey, TD, this is Anthony. What's up, man?
What's up, Anthony? Talk to me, man. What you got for us today?
Hey, TD, remember when earlier in the stream when commenter was calling Drake a generational talent? I want to add to that. The only generational talents I've seen in my generation specifically are Tom Brady that have played through the generation that haven't retired from the previous generation are Tom Brady and Peyton Manning and Aaron Rodgers. Those are the only 3 guys I've seen that are generational talents.
And the crazy thing is, you just named guys. You named guys that played through more than one generation. And in order to deem someone a generational player, you can only give them that title after they've played through the generation. Basically, by calling somebody a generational talent, you're already writing their future. And you don't know what that holds. And that's why you're spot on. Players like Tom Brady, who has owned an entire generation, Aaron Rodgers, who has proven it for a substantial amount of time throughout a generation. That's all. Those are only guys have to do it to become a generational talent. I don't care. Mahomes is not a generational talent.
Do we have a running back on our roster that can stay on the field for more than one down, because more than 1 or 2 downs? Because that's when I look at our running back stable, that's what scares me. We don't have a running back like Ezekiel or Melvin Gordon or anything like that stays on the field for a long time.
Well, let me push back on that. Who says that you need a running back that can be on the field more than one play at a time? If you look at the direction that we're headed in, this is 1st and 10. Come on, Balaj, do your work. 2nd and 2, it might be Drake. The benefit of being on offense is you got the time to put in whatever you want to put in. So it really doesn't matter that we don't have a guy that can stay on more than one play at a time. It's about the guy that we can put in the game at the right time. So we don't need.
You don't agree with having one running back that deals with that whole thing like a Saquon?
Hello? Ooh. Let me call him back. Something just happened. Well, I hate that. What happened to the phone number? Hey, call back real quick, Anthony. I don't know what just happened. I'm not sure what just happened. Give me a call back when you get a chance. I know what he was trying to say. He was saying, so you're fine with us not having a guy that's the guy, not having a back that's the primary guy. First of all, why do you need a back that's the primary guy? Don't you want more options? You know? Oh, it's a beautiful thing to have. But also, let me tell you what hurts you with having a guy that's a primary back too. What do I always talk about and I don't ignore? The money. If you got a guy that can do everything, you're putting all your marbles into one guy and you're paying him 3 times more than what you would be paying 2 guys that are strong in different things. It's a money factor too. A lot of people would love to have the guy that can do it all. But is it really the best option holistically? Who do we have?
Hey, this is Anthony, man.
Yeah, man. I don't know what happened. What were you saying? Let me make sure I got you right.
Yeah, honestly, the reason why I'm not scared, I'm just worried. So you don't agree with the notion of having one running back to deal with that whole one running back, like a Melvin or a Zeke or a Saquon that is able to stay on the field for more than 1 or 2 downs?
For me, it's not that I don't agree with it, but it's more of I don't prefer it. And what I was explaining to everybody, and I'll elaborate a little more on that, is this. Say you got Ezekiel Elliott in our backfield, right? And you're paying Ezekiel Elliott $15 million a year because he's that guy. That's the value of those running backs that you're talking about. They're that guy. $15 million a year. He gets hurt, now you have nothing. And your backup is peanuts, okay? Outside of him getting hurt, forget the hurt factor, but that's a factor, okay? Now you're putting all that work on one guy, just running him through the ground. And what if he starts to digress? You put all your marbles into one thing. Now, let's take the other approach, and you tell me which is better. We got Kenyon Drake and Kalen Ballage. As it stands right now, Kalen Ballage is the 1-2, and Kenyon Drake is the partial 2, second down, and third down back. Majority third down. You're creating an atmosphere of having great running back play in the playoffs because you got 2 healthier guys. And that's another thing. Do these running backs do they not slow down as the season goes? Do they not get banged up more? Look at what Todd Gurley had to go through. Good thing they had a 1-2 punch, but still, look what they had to go through, right? And that's what helped them still survive is the fact of having a 1-2 punch. They still had a good backup.
I want a mixture of both. I don't want one or the other.
Exactly. So whenever you have the mixture, you're also paying minimal dollars. If you're a mixture type back, think about it. If we use Drake as a mixture type get back, he might only get $4 million per next year. When he does his deal, he might get a 3-year deal worth about $12, $13, $14 million. That's it.
Yeah, and I agree with your concept of not playing one player too much money because that screws up our roster.
Exactly.
If we pay one player $20 million a year, that's what's going to happen with the Packers.
Yeah.
Eventually.
It's potentially. We don't know. They can luck out and not have to worry about any injuries. But you put $15 million in a running back that gets hurt, you're screwed. You put $4 million a year into Drake, and right now you still got Ballage for 3 more years at less than $1 million. You're spending $5 million total at the position, $6 million because you're third string. You're spending $6 million a year at the position versus 15, and you have more options, you have more depth, and more injury insurance. Now you're saving $9 million, and you make it easier to give Xavier Howard his money. You're making it easier to afford Tunsil. You're making it easier. This is what I'm talking about. You got to think big picture on football instead of being a fan. Oh, we got a chance to get Zeke? Bring in Zeke. Why do you think I said on the stream yesterday, I'm so nervous that the Dolphins would make the mistake and bring in a guy like Zeke? And people like, you wouldn't want Zeke? You're not looking at the big picture.
Way of thinking that what is it called? Brian Ford is thinking. He's thinking like a Nick Saban. That's what I hate about baseball. If you ever watch baseball, that's what they do. They do it for that season. They don't think ahead sometimes.
Long term, man.
Their future away for one player to be able to win a World Series. That's what baseball, basketball, and football are more adept at. Think about the future. They don't. They don't tend to like trade their future away to get a one player to help them win a Super Bowl then.
Exactly.
You agree with that?
And yes, I do agree with it. But to go on to what you just said, I just read a comment in the comment section that says, we need playmakers, bro. Mediocre players will not help us. The problem is people think that we don't have playmakers. They think that the big money guys are the only playmakers. That's the problem. Is Kenyon Drake not a playmaker? See, they want to say Kenyon Drake is a playmaker, but
not getting paid like a running back, a $15 million.
Exactly. Yes, you need playmakers, but you just need playmakers that don't get paid big money. Name us 5 playmakers. Are you serious? Okay, is Kenyon Drake not a playmaker? Is Kalen Ballage not a playmaker? Is Xavier Howard not a playmaker according to all y'all? Is Jakeem Grant not a playmaker? Is Albert Wilson not a playmaker? Is Kenny Stills not a playmaker?
Is the money.
Yeah, they're caught in the money. Is Minkah Fitzpatrick not a playmaker? Is Rashard Jones not a playmaker? Hell, is Tunsil not a playmaker?
If he can change that one play on the field, he's a playmaker.
Yes. See, what do you mean look at their numbers? Look at whose numbers. You got to be descriptive, Jeff. My bad, Anthony. We got playmakers, y'all. Stats. Look at stats. That's the problem. I'm not going to look at stats. What was that?
What people are getting hung up on is looking at the contracts that a person like Aaron Rodgers is getting and stuff like that, and they want one of our players to get that, and they assume because we're not paying our players that much, they're not playing.
Exactly. It's almost like a pride thing. It's almost like a pride thing. If Laramie Tunsil becomes the highest paid left tackle in the league tomorrow, you'll have half the Dolphin fans running on social media. Oh, we got the highest paid left tackle in the league. And you're proud of it.
That means nothing to me. Honestly.
Exactly. And Jeff says stats. Look at stats. The problem is all you do is look at stats. You can't just look at stats. You got to look at stats in what situation? How about this, Jeff Fresh? Watch this. Name the Patriots playmakers. Watch this. Watch this. I'll wait. You going to sit here and tell me they got more playmakers than us? Look at the stats. Look at the stats, Jeff.
They only have few, like maybe the same amount as us.
Exactly. Brady's a playmaker. Gronk was a playmaker.
Edelman.
But they no. You see how now they want to say Edelman? They wouldn't have said Edelman for the last 10 years, even though he's been doing it for the last 10 years. They didn't say Edelman for the last 10 years until he did what he'd been doing consistently for 10 years, and now all of a sudden he's a playmaker. Now he's a playmaker.
Yeah.
These guys been playmakers. The O-line wasn't playmaker. They been playmakers. But nobody said they were playmakers until now. See, that's the thing about having a dynasty and players that stick around. At the beginning, when everybody doubt them every year, they're not playmakers. They're not playmakers. They're not playmakers. 5 Super Bowls later, oh, they're playmakers. Where was all that energy when they were playmakers the whole time, but you didn't give them credit? We got playmakers too. But when we do it the right way and we keep winning, then all of a sudden 5 years from now, Jeff going to be arguing with another team saying, they're going to be like, oh, the Dolphins ain't got playmakers. They're going to be like, yeah, they do. This a playmaker. That's a playmaker. That's a playmaker. Come on, man.
I think we need to. There was a person in the comments that I agree with this comment that said we need to be patient and develop our young players, and then they'll become star players and stuff like that.
Great point.
That's what we need to do.
Great point, and that's what Jeff needs to hear. These players will become the players that are going to make you even say they're playmakers. It's hard to call somebody.
We need to realize, another thing we need to realize as well, I'm not sure if you agree with this comment, is with the preaching patience with these young players is that we have a few young players that have been injured at the beginning of their careers, like Devontae Parker. We still need to give him a chance, not just trade him away. He's been injured the first 2 or 3 seasons of his career with the Dolphins, so
True.
We can't just give up on him. And we regret trading him, and he basically becomes a Dolphin killer in the future.
I totally agree with that, man. And the injuries have been a problem. I think one thing, the reason why people give up on people quick after injuries is because you start to feel like history tells you the injury has a high probability of impacting your play for the future. And some players can thrive from that. Some players can't. Remember, we were the catalyst for teams that took chances on players after their injury. We got them for a cheap price. They came and they played well. Who was that? Brent Grimes was one of them. He played well for us. He came off of an injury. We always used to get great players that came off of an injury and then they balled again. But they were never a long-term option. And that was part of the problem too. If we trade Parker, we will ball out with another team. He will ball out with another team. It depends on the team, you know. He can go to another team that was in a situation like the Dolphins. It just depends on the team. All right. But anything else before I get out of here, Anthony?
I think I agree with you in a way, because just because today doesn't mean he's going to play well tomorrow in training camp.
Who is that?
Not playing. Our fans want instant gratification. That's the problem. So that's another problem we have to deal with as Dolphins fans. We can't expect instant gratification with the Dolphins when we've been inconsistent the past few years.
A lot of our fans want instant gratification, and that's the problem that we've had over the last 20 years. The general manager, I think Tannenbaum was a big part of this. He always wanted to fulfill our instant gratification, and that's a part of the issue.
And that's what I like about Greer. He's built him and Flores are coming from the Bill Polian and Bill Belichick way of thinking, where build through the draft and develop young players instead of trading for older players that are only going to last you 2 or 3 years.
Totally agree, man. Totally agree, man. This is awesome, man.
Are you doing a live call-in show tomorrow or this weekend by chance or no?
Oh, tonight.
Okay.
I'll be tonight. I'll be tomorrow. I'll be Saturday. I'll be Sunday. I'm every day, baby.
When is the first Dolphins preseason game by chance?
Next week.
Have the schedule?
Next week.
Oh, okay.
Next week.
Okay.
I think Thursday night.
Have a good weekend then, TD.
All right. Appreciate you calling in, man. Love you. But yeah, guys, appreciate you, Anthony, man. This TD Fans Talk, guys. I need to get up out of here. I'll be back hopefully in about 30 minutes. And I'll be doing the stream on what happened in practice today. Y'all already know every day we're gonna do that stream. We're gonna talk about what happened in practice today. We're gonna talk about who stock rose, who stock fell, and I'm gonna be coming live to you all with everything Miami's Dolphins. I appreciate everybody who was on this stream. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. We want to try to get 150 likes on the video by tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. What another amazing show. I appreciate everybody being here. It's your boy TD from TD Fans Talk. Love y'all. Make sure y'all check out DolphinsTalk.com as well. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.